Hey everyone, welcome to Sideshow's First Look. Today we'll be checking out the Jake Sully 6-scale figure by Hot Toys from Avatar: The Way of Water. The box's slipcover pops with a glossy white surface from which emerges a gorgeous color montage of Jake standing sentinel over the familiar nighttime world of Pandora. Removing that slipcover reveals the box itself with even more Pandoran artwork on the back, as well as a window cut into the front, allowing collectors a quick tease of the figure within. Opening the box and removing its contents reveals the Jake Sully figure and a variety of character-specific accessories at rest in a pair of plastic trays. Here's absolutely everything that comes with a Jake Sully figure, which you can see standing there in the center atop an environmental display base, which includes a clear acrylic stand and a waist grabber support. On the right is a trio of swap-out hands, including a relaxed hand, a gesturing hand, and a hand for holding Jake's rifle. Over on the left you'll spot Jake's assault rifle, his knife, a grenade, a magazine, an axe, and a tool for manipulating the eyes. The Jake Sully figure stands nearly 18 inches in overall height and features the character in his minimalist native Na'vi attire as seen in the second Avatar film. The military green tactical harness adorns the character's blue-on-blue patterned torso, contrasted by a custom-fitted Na'vi knife sheath at the front, and an array of sculpted accessories can be found wrapped around the arms, intricately painted to simulate the look of leather. The Na'vi loincloth, constructed of a combination of faux leather and fabric with sculpted ornaments, falls from the front of Jake's waist almost to the knees, and the sculpted sheath for the axe sits at the back. The portrait features a detailed likeness to that of Jake Sully's avatar in the film. The light blue skin tones are accented with the pattern of dark blue stripes and intricate white dots that are unique to Jake's features, and the character's once close-cropped black hair now hangs in rows of thick sculpted braids tied at the back. A communicator earpiece is permanently affixed to the left ear, while the communicator itself is wrapped around Jake's neck, just above a decorative Na'vi choker. The tail is made of a flexible material with an internal armature, allowing it to be articulated into whatever position you prefer, and the eyes of the portrait can also be repositioned to direct Jake's gaze in whichever direction best suits your display. The head of the axe can be separated at the shoulder. Doing so will allow the axe to be hung from the sheath like so when not being wielded by the figure. The Na'vi knife also has a sheath at the front of the harness and can simply be slid into it for a firm fit, and the grenade can be added to its own sheath on the left-hand strap of the harness. Jake's rifle is a lovely combination of futuristic Earth tech with a butt that has been modified with some Na'vi flair. The magazine can be slid into the receiver for a solid friction fit, and the slide is fully functional, as is the rear cover for the scope. The rifle fits snugly in the included hand tailored for that purpose, providing opportunities to display the figure in a variety of combat-ready ways. The base features some lovely decor reminiscent of the jungles of Pandora, with its foundation painted in a blend of blues and purples and tans, overlaid with several soft sculpted replications of Pandoran flora. Removing either of the two faux rocky elements from the base will expose a keyhole into which could be inserted the acrylic display stand, allowing the base to be displayed from either side. At the back of the base is a concealed USB port into which can be plugged a standard USB-C cable. Once the power has been supplied, you can flick the power switch to activate the base's light-up feature with either a steady glow or an alternate pulse effect, totally setting the mood for a night on Pandora. The Jake Sully figure's portrait rests on a double ball-jointed neck. It will look in all directions as well as lean a bit to either side. The shoulders will press to the front and row to the back, and they'll allow the arms to elevate laterally about 90 degrees. The arms will also raise to the front about 90 degrees, and about 90 degrees to the back. The elbows will provide about 90 degrees of flex, and that same elbow joint will allow the arms to rotate. The torso will crunch to the front, extend to the rear, and lean a bit to either side. And there's also a nice amount of twist to be had. Extending the legs at the hips will maximize the range of motion there. Doing so will allow the legs to lift laterally nearly 90 degrees. They'll also kick out to the front about 90 degrees, and about 30 degrees to the rear. Single jointed knees will allow them to bend about 90 degrees. And the legs can also rotate a few degrees at the hips. The feet will pivot at the ankles, and they'll extend a bit to the front and rear. This has been Sideshow's first look at the Jake Sully 6-scale figure by Hot Toys from Avatar: The Way of Water. For more information about this figure, or to find other Avatar-related figures from Hot Toys, follow the link below. Thank you for watching our video, and as always, don't forget to let your geek side show.